Why did you think it was best for her and her family to move into your home?
There's a lot of instability there, even though it sounds like there wasn't, there was. And she had been in a relapse since her dad died. She didn't have any friends in Wichita, and I felt like that she needed the support that we only find from one person helping another.
She finally said okay, with much hesitation. What were the rules? What were the ground rules?
No drugs. They had to get jobs.
And when you say they, her and her boyfriend?
He was kind of forced on me, and I told her I had no guarantees where he was concerned. For her, they were a package deal. For me, they weren't.
What happened, Ms. Johnson, when you arrived? Because you claim in your complaint that it was 24 hours and something had happened already. Talk about that.
On December 30th is when we moved. On December 31st, Ms. Kugler decided she was going to make, she had her grandkids at the time too, cotton candy. And they have a lizard. And my son didn't know any better, so he tried to take a piece of cotton candy and feed it to the lizard. And then Mr. Kugler grabbed him on his neck and just lit into him how he better not do that again.
Were you there?
Yes.
You saw this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Scared me and scared him.
So he grabbed him by the neck. How did your son react?
They're shocked, scared, and trembling, and as well as I did. And then I proceeded to take my child in my arms and proceeded to tell Mr. Kugler that he better not ever lay a hand on my kid again, with some explicits in there. And then I went down to the basement where I was staying with my child, where I held him and we cried.
Mr. Kugler?
That incident sort of kind of happened. I did holler at the kid. I snatched him by the shoulder. I didn't hurt him. I grabbed him, pulled him back from feeding the lizard because I didn't want the lizard to die. I wasn't trying to hurt a kid. I just pulled him back. It scared the poop out of him, and I said, don't ever do that again. I probably shouldn't have pulled him back from the lizard. That was my fault, and I apologized that day. He wasn't hurt. He was startled.
So did that one incident cause you to reconsider the living arrangement, or was there more?
I went downstairs with my child, and Gina came downstairs, and she just wouldn't leave me alone and let me hold my kid and let us cry it out. She was just right there in my face. And I asked her to leave. Please leave me alone. And then she wouldn't. I said, oh, this is a mistake.
What was she doing in your face? Was she trying to reassure you that things were going to be okay, or how was she behaving?
Like asking what happened because she didn't see, and then I guess she kicked him out.
After the incident?
Yes.
Ms. Kugler, is that the case?
I asked Mike to leave while I figured out what was going on.
Okay. And you went down to the basement to see if everything was okay, maybe get the story?
When I got down there, she was actually, her and Gary were taking pills.
They were taking pills?
Yes.
You saw this?
Yes, and she had a prescription for them, but then
Okay.
as we talked, she also blurted out that she had been selling these pills as well. That's when I started to become very concerned.
Ma'am?
I take anxiety medication.
Was your boyfriend taking them too?
No, absolutely not.
Were you taking the anxiety pills because of what had happened?
After the fact that she had told me, well, I'm like, this is a mistake. We shouldn't have came here. She's like, well, you could leave the same way you got here. And so at that point in time, I'm crying, I'm angry, I'm mad. You know, my chest was hurting, and yes, I needed one of my anxiety
How
pills.
long had you been in the home at that point? A week?
A day.
A day. And you moved out when?
Within a week.
Within a week because of that one instance?
No.
Okay, so tell me what else.
That was on the 31st. Around the 1st, I tried to lay down and watch a movie with my boyfriend and my son. And she came right down the stairs and was like, you need to get up. I wasn't allowed to watch a movie. I was isolating. And I'm like, I'm tired. I just moved. I can watch a movie. Well, you just isolated in Wichita, and you're always in your bedroom. And I didn't isolate. And I'm like, I don't... And it just went all bad.
So, Ms. Kugler, was the basement their living quarters?
Hannah chose the basement, and the basement isn't finished. It's kind of dungeony, so it isn't someplace where I would want to choose to relax and hang out.
But that's you, right?
Right.
What did you expect them to do? Have movie night upstairs with your family?
I expect them all to be productive members of the household, and instead what we were seeing on multiple occasions was drug use. So my husband started telling me that he felt like that they were using meth. So I asked her about it. I said, you seem to be amped up on some kind of methamphetamines. She said, that's the keto.
That's the what?
Keto diet. And we've done the keto diet. My husband's lost over 100 pounds on the keto diet, and he doesn't amp up from the keto diet.